Hey guys, Sandy here, and I have one more layout that I am going to complete with my Cheeky Studio July kit, and I'm going to be using this photograph, and this is from Year of Color, where it pulled all the colors from my Instagram, and this is the result of it. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to emphasize that this is a square, so let's see what I can do. So I definitely wanted to play with the whole thought of a bunch of circles inside of a square. So I think I played with it a little bit. I didn't go crazy on the circles. I really didn't go crazy on the squares either. The first thing I'm going to do is fix my trimmer because the blade housing fell completely apart as soon as I started to make the first cut. Now what I'm going to do is take a 1/4 inch off of each edge of the paper. And I normally don't do that. I normally just take a 1/2 inch off 2 sides, but this is a pattern paper that is symmetrical and I wanted to keep that symmetry. I wanted to keep all of the triangles basically pointing in, and I didn't want them to be crooked or lopsided. Nobody wants crooked squares or lopsided triangles. Nope, nobody wants that, guys. So here I am. I've matted it on black, and that is because I just love these colors with the pops of black. I've said it a ton of times, and I totally mean it every single time. Now, this paper also came in the kit, and all of these papers are from Close to My Heart. And while their papers are not like the thickest cardstock weight paper, they are a good weight. They aren't super flimsy. They're great for layering, not too thin, not too thick. Now, this is the tissue paper that the packaging of the kit came in, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut it into a little bit of a square. It's got some circles in it. It's got that whole circle inside a square thing going on, and I'm going to go for it. And then I decided to put Don't Forget down, and that also came in the kit, and I decided to go with Don't Forget because this is the Year of Color app that you can use for Instagram, and it pulls all the colors that you have posted throughout the year and gives it to you in this little cute square. And I thought it was pretty awesome. You can actually click on the colors and they'll move around while you're figuring it out. And I mean, I had no idea what I was going to scrapbook with this. Like, this was done years ago. Years ago. Ugh, people, it was done months ago, not years. I had no idea what I was going to scrapbook it with. But, you know, I felt like these colors were close enough and it worked. Now, here is where I kind of stray from the plan. My plan was to use the succulents, which came in the kit, but I decided what I really wanted to do was go back to Cheeky Studio's Wishes collection and went ahead and dumped out what I had left of that, and you can see it in that little freckled fawn plastic zipper pouch thing, and I just went for it. So what I'm going to do is create 2 bits of clusters on the diagonal, and I decided that I needed a little bit of a break between the squares. Like, I was literally my original thought was to embellish all the way around the square and just really emphasize the square, but I wasn't feeling it when I was doing it. I was like, I need to soften this up a little bit. I need to make it a little bit more organic, a little bit more fluid, and not so rigid, because I was definitely feeling rigid. Now you might be looking at this and be going, there was no rigidity at all in this layout, but for me, total rigidness. Okay, so I'm just using the feathers and the flowers, and I'm trying to create little bits of clusters. Now, because down at the bottom I had that die cut that was completely like put together with the flowers and the feathers and the leaves and such things, I wanted to kind of build my own up at the top. I didn't want it to be completely mirrored or both of the things to be exactly the same. I wanted a little bit of maybe a little bit of excitement. I think that's the word I'm going to go for. I want a little bit of excitement. So here I am, and I'm messing around down here because I'm thinking, you know, I built my own cluster up here, and this cluster down here is basically pre-made, but I needed to add a little bit of extra to it. And then I'm thinking, do I need to change out the cluster entirely? Because, I mean, who wouldn't think that, right? Like, of course you need to think about changing out your cluster entirely. So what I settled on was using these 2 little pink roses, and totally like it. I'm enjoying the colors. The colors of the Wishes collection go great with the colors from the July kit. I'm super excited about it. I decide to mount up this banner. Guys. Decided to mount up that banner a little bit with a little bit more of the same purple fun foam. Well, I don't know if it's fun. Is it fun foam if it doesn't have adhesive on it? I guess it's just plain old regular unfun foam. Aw, I'm using unfun foam. Okay. Anyway, pop that little banner up there. So now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I want to bring in a little bit more circle. Like the flowers and the roses are circular shaped, but I want circles. So I pulled out the Sweet Succulents circle cut apart sheet, and I'm using my trusty, very old Creative Memories circle punch, and I punch out beauty and lovely. And I figured that those words would be appropriate because it's color, and color is beautiful, and color is lovely. So that's what I went for. And it's in kind of like a minty green, and it's interesting because on the cut apart sheet it definitely looks more green to me, but as soon as I put it on this aqua teal background, it kind of morphs into more of a greeny teal than just like green. So there's that. Now, as you can see, I ripped my tissue paper a little bit, so I'm trying to figure out a way to camouflage that because nobody needs to know I ripped up the tissue paper while I was trying to get these little ephemera pieces done. Now I dug deep into my stash and I pulled out some Making Memories letter stickers, and I have had these letter stickers forever. This particular style with the little like dots are probably the first type of letter stickers I ever bought, and I'm pretty sure I bought like 10 packs of these bad boys because I thought, oh, they're black basic letter stickers. You can always use black basic letter stickers. And I ended up using them for like recipe swaps way back in the day. Now I am spelling out color, and then I'm going to peek under that little banner there because I realized that the yearofcolor.com is spelled the British way. So I decide I'm going to go for it. I'm going to add that U to color. And it's interesting because in my journaling, I spell out year of color with the U, but when I say yearofcolor.com shows all of the color, I don't spell it with the U. So, you know, still did my own thing. So we have that down there, and that is super duper exciting. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, totally spelled a word, I won't say incorrectly, but not the usual way on purpose. Now I'm using this little Illustrated Faith pen, and I really like this pen. It writes great. I am definitely a pen person. I like pens. I collect pens. I end up with 10 or 12 pens at the bottom of my bag usually after a couple weeks. I have to clean it out. But, you know, all that stuff happens. Just I'm a pen collector inadvertently and, you know, on purpose. So now I'm going to throw down a little bit of mists. I'm going to use Heidi Swapp Color Shine and the Dilutions in black. And then as you can see, gotta add those sequins because I love me some Cheeky Studio sequins. Now, if you guys are interested in ordering anything from Cheeky Studio, be sure to use my code. It is Sandy10. You're going to get 10% off your order, and that is not just a one-time use code, guys. So if you want to order something, order it. save your 10%, and then order again and save 10% again. You just have to remember to put my code in each time, and that is Sandy10. Okay, so now I'm just picking out kind of the lighter bits of the sequins. I didn't want to go too bold. The boldest thing I really have on here is that border, that yellow, orangey, goldish kind of border, you know. And that's basically just because I want to draw special attention to the photograph, because it's not really a picture. It's, you know, basically it's a screenshot, and I just want you to look at that and know this is what you're supposed to be looking at on this layout right here. So now I am using my Zots. I still haven't gotten my hands on the mini Zots because I have oodles and oodles of small Zots, like a ridiculous amount of them, boxes of thousands. You know, when people do scrapbook room tours and they open up and they're like, and here's all my extra adhesive, and I'm like, why in the world do you need that much adhesive? That's the way I feel about my Zots. And it's probably not even that many, but it feels that way to me. So I'm using just the regular old small Zots until I use those up, and then I'm going to invest in some of the teeny ones. And because I don't have the teeny ones, sometimes the little glue gobbies stick out, and frankly, I'm okay with it. It's not a big enough deal for me to worry about. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any videos. Leave me a comment if you want to chat, and go ahead and ring that bell so you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. And there's that code one more time. Have a great day, guys.